Hello students, welcome to Eshwari Thaniksha channel. Students, in this video we are going to revise previous year questions from the chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations. Students, this PDF is available in my Telegram channel. You can download and you can use for your coming board examination. So first, let us start with the multiple choice questions. The gas liberated at the cathode in the electrolysis of water is. So you know that at the cathode hydrogen gas will be liberated. So option B is correct, and this was asked in 2022. Next, the metal that displaces copper from copper sulfate solution is. So iron is more reactive, therefore it displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Option C is correct, and this is asked in 2022. The reactants that exchange ions by reacting with each other and form a precipitate among the following are. So option A is correct, barium chloride and sodium sulfate. So this is asked in 2023. Next is, in the electrolysis of water, the gases that are released at the cathode and anode and their ratio respectively are. So students, you know that at the cathode hydrogen gas will be liberated and at the anode oxygen gas will be liberated. What is their ratio? So what is the formula for water? Formula for water is H2O. So in this, what is the ratio of hydrogen and oxygen? You can see 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen, 2:1. So the answer is C, hydrogen oxygen in the ratio 2:1. So this was asked in 2024. Next, ferrous sulfate crystal loses green color when heated. Why? Option B is correct, because it loses water molecules. 2024, this question was asked. Next, the electrolysis of water to form hydrogen and oxygen gases. So it is an example for endothermic reaction. So this is from model question paper 2025. Next, we will go for 1 mark question. Zinc oxide plus carbon gives zinc plus carbon monoxide. In this reaction, name the reactant that is oxidized. So here carbon is oxidized to carbon monoxide and zinc oxide is reduced to zinc. Therefore, you should write carbon and then zinc oxide. Next, an iron nail is dropped into a test tube having copper sulfate solution. The iron nail gradually turns to brown color. What is the reason for this? Since iron is more reactive than copper, it displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. So that is why it is getting that brownish color. Packet of chips are flushed with nitrogen gas. Why? It is to prevent rancidity. We are using nitrogen gas. Next, what are redox reaction? So students, here you can see redox reaction. So the name itself indicates here reduction and oxidation taking place simultaneously. Therefore, it is called as redox reaction. Next, how rancidity can be controlled? So it can be controlled by adding antioxidant, and second is by keeping food in airtight containers. Next, 2 more questions. Draw the diagram of arrangement of apparatus used to show electrolysis of water and label graphite rod. So students, you have to draw this diagram which is for 1.5 mark, and you have to mark this graphite rod which is for 0.5 mark. And then calcium oxide and carbon dioxide are produced on heating calcium carbonate. Write the balanced chemical equation. So calcium carbonate is CaCO3. So on heating it forms CaO plus CO2. Mention the type of this chemical reaction. It is thermal decomposition reaction. Since we are heating, we call it as thermal. And if a single reactant break into 2 or more product, It is called as decomposition reaction. Next, the chemical reaction that takes place between sodium sulfate and barium chloride is called as double displacement reaction. Why? Write the balanced chemical equation for this. Why? Because exchange of ions takes place. See here, sodium combines with chlorine and it forms sodium chloride, whereas barium combines with sulfate and it forms barium sulfate. So that is why it is called as double displacement reaction. What is the type of chemical reaction in which quicklime is obtained from limestone? So limestone is calcium carbonate. So calcium carbonate will decompose to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Next question. An iron nail is immersed in copper sulfate solution. What type of reaction takes place here? Write the balanced chemical equation. So when iron nail is immersed in copper sulfate solution, iron, copper sulfate solution. So what will happen is iron will displace this copper. So you will get iron sulfate and copper gets displaced. Therefore it is called as displacement reaction. Next, balance the following reactions. So two equations are given. You have to balance it. So here you can see oxygen. Here you have to write 2 and then 2 times water to balance it. And then here 2 times lead nitrate, 2 times lead oxide and 4 times nitrogen dioxide. Next 3-mark question. Which type of chemical reaction takes place when iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution? Why? So answer is chemical displacement reaction. The answer why? Because iron is more reactive, therefore it will displace copper. And again you can see this is the equation. Next 4-mark question. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following. Calcium carbonate on heating produces calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So you have to write balanced chemical equation for that. So calcium carbonate decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Second, burning of natural gas produces carbon dioxide and water. Natural gas meaning is methane. So methane, when you are burning with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and then water. Next, give reason. Articles made of copper lose their shiny surface when exposed to air. It is because copper undergoes corrosion when it is exposed to air containing moisture. Next question. An iron nail placed in copper sulfate solution slowly turns to brown color. Why? Because iron displaces copper from copper sulfate solution and gets deposited. Therefore, it turns brown color. So these are the important previous year questions which you have to revise. So students, it is available in my Telegram channel. You can download and then you can prepare for your examination. And don't forget to subscribe my channel and also share this with your friends. All the very best, students.